Look at me tapping my little shoes. Me and my little smart coat. I actually unironically love my little outfit.
Yeah, it's a fun outfit.
It's a very cozy fall-time outfit. I like it a lot. Here on the D-Pad, I'm Rick.
And I'm Peter.
This is Pokémon Brilliant Diamond, where we have our final gym rematch.
And the, world inside the floor is very pixely.
Yeah, I assume that, my guess would be that they tried to do an accurate reflection map or whatever, and it was just getting too costly on there, so they went with a more pixelated thing.
I mean, it's got... it gives the right gesture for there to be some amount of texture to the floor.
Yeah.
It's not perfectly smooth. It's got some waviness to it, maybe.
I almost wish they had a little bit of a blur to it, because it would make the floor look almost a little glossy.
Yeah.
It still does look glossy anyway, but, it gives it, a little more of, it's, been lightly polished, but it's still a floor and functionally a hospital. So.
Yeah, if it had more of a, wax buffed vibe to it by having a little more diffusion to the reflection, that would be better, because it looks kind of like there's an upside down world
a little bit. It's so clear that it looks like we're walking on water. So today we're going to Sunyshore Gym. It is an electric gym, which is devious because being an electric gym makes it very difficult to actually combat. Its weakness is very simple. Ground type. Tons of ground type. However, by only having one weakness, it means there's only one real direct means of doing, lots of damage. And that
means that coverage is really easy to do.
Extremely easy.
Yeah.
My assumption is we're going to encounter a lot of balloons. We're going to encounter Magnezone that is ready and raring to use Magnet Rise. I assume that we're going to wind up with... I'm trying to remember if Rotom was... I think Rotom was a Gen 4 thing. I don't remember. But if there's Rotom, then a Rotom... I guess a Wash Rotom would probably be a good one, because then you've got built-in water.
Yep.
I'm assuming... I guess there's not any available electric flying. Oh, no, wait, no, that's not true. There's, oh my god, which one? A Molga? I'm trying to remember which one is the flying squirrel. I was going to say Pachirisu, but that's wrong. Pachirisu is just the little electric squirrel. I think a Molga is the one that is the flying squirrel. There's electric flying, which gives it built-in ground immunity. So, we're in kind of a weird spot here.
Yeah, Molga is a bold little guy, isn't he? I think they're great, but only from the perspective of Pokemon Snap. Pokemon News Snap. That's a game that I really enjoyed.
I have not played New Snap. I really need to check that out. Also, first things first, I want to start by popping out anybody who doesn't have a built-in utility for electric just in general. And so that brings us to this set of dudes. Oh my god, eventually. So all four of these dudes have at least some kind of resistance to electricity. Lucky being electric. I get this wrong every time. I think electric resists electric. I know ground obviously makes it immune, but also ground is a dangerous one because it's predictable in an electric gym. So there's probably going to be water or grass things going on all over the place specifically to mess with that, or ice. Trying to think. Electric and ice was a very recent invention of a cross typing thing. That was one of the fossils from Sword and Shield.
Electric does resist electric.
It does resist. Okay, cool. So we got that, and we have Crunch, which at least is effective. It's a thing. It's a tool in our toolbox.
Yep.
Electric water. I think Surskit is electric water.
There's a few electric water.
Are there a few at this point? Okay. Lantern and those as well. I think is Surskit, are those related? I forget. We got Grass. Grass also is going to resist electricity, which is nice. The good news is, one good news. Electric does not have a huge amount of variability in terms of abilities. I'm assuming that all of these dudes, or most of them, are going to have static because it's annoying. because it means if we make physical contact that I'm going to get paralyzed, and that's going to suck.
Yep.
So that's going to be a whole thing unto itself. There are probably going to be balloons to make them float. I forget the actual name of the air balloon, I think.
Held item type situation?
Yeah, yep. I think there's going to be some of that to make them float, which will make it a lot more irritating to actually hit them. Because I forget what actually pops the air balloon, if it's just any attack or what. But I'm expecting we're going to run into that a little bit. I'm struggling to remember, because Volkner definitely had one especially weird maneuver, even in his first battle, that I remember we did. I think literally you and I were here for that, and we made comment that, oh man, if John isn't ready for that, that's going to probably kill one of his Pokemon, and I cannot remember what it was. That's very disappointing to me right now.
That's scary to remember that there was something
that there was
strange,
scary,
unexpected, and potentially deadly that you can't remember.
Yep, not good.
So, I mean, his team that you already faced, the original gym
his
fight,
first team,
was Raichu, Octillery, Ambipom, and Luxray.
An Ambipom? What?
Yeah.
This was Volkner?
Volkner. Sunyshore Gym.
Fuck? Oh, I'm expecting electric terrain somewhere in the mix here, too, which, unfortunately, I don't think I've got any means of dealing with. I don't think I've got any terrain-altering stuff, so that is probably going to be an issue also. But yeah, what a weird team. I guess I should really be looking for strong defenders more than anything.
And for held items, he mostly had berries on them. Oh, it might have been that they had the, reduces the super effective.
Oh, that was probably, whatever the
Chopple berry.
Yeah, whatever the Chopple is. I thought Chopple berry was against fighting. Which would make sense.
It was
for
on
Ambipom. Yeah. But whatever the resistance to ground would be or something. The other problem too is electric is very fast most of the time. Like, granted, Delmar is extremely fast, but I know I baby him to death, but I'm also like, I don't want to lose him.
I mean, if you don't pack your glass cannons in cotton and batting, then they end up as sand.
That's true. Yeah. This is tricky because, so I have, the very least, these four can take a hit. They can take an electric hit and not be too worried about it. There may be covered stuff to worry about. Like, George Dude with Sturdy, at least, assuming there's no fucking spikes that go out or Stealth Rock like in the Steel Gym, then I feel comfortable here. Steel Gym was really a problem because of Stealth Rock, and I had no Rapid Spin or any means to get rid of them.
Right, which is,
which, if I did, then that would have been a very different story. I could have thrown George Dude out in between, and he probably could have destroyed most of those Pokemon. But different story here. Yeah, it's really, it's kind of a matter of having good defenders and also Pokemon with a pretty wide array of attack typings, considering I'm going to probably be more focusing on whatever the secondary type is more often than not here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of expecting like oh my god, why can't I not remember its name? Electivire, just because it's a big scary Gen 4 Pokemon. In terms of like, oh, we evolved this pretty decent non-evolved Pokemon just for this game. Wexley's got pretty good defenses, but is slow as shit.
Yeah.
Which I put an Iron Ball on him too. Just 'cause I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's lean in.
Might as well.
You know? Chillhelm was actually pretty decent for some of this stuff. Very fast and crazy good attack.
Yep.
The problem is just junk on defense. So if it takes a hit, it's going down. And there's Delmar, who has, like, to his credit, better defense than Chillhelm, and faster than Chillhelm, and better special attack than Chillhelm has physical. I'm just so worried about losing him. I will be beyond depressed if I lose Delmar. especially with him not having any great... I don't know if he can learn anything that is like especially good for electric types, but I can vary up his typing and stuff too. So these two are pretty good fighters. Wexley's a good defender. We have a little bit of overlap with grass here, but I think that's okay. I don't think there's any electric fire Pokemon. That can't be true. I think we've reached a point where almost all type combinations have happened by now.
I feel like if they haven't all happened, then that's going to be one of the like checklists that they deal with for Gen 10.
Yeah. Electric fire is probably one of the... I think there's isn't there like a stove Rotom or something?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. That would do it.
I'm trying to remember the Rotoms from...
They changed a little over time because they used to just all be electric ghost.
Yep.
Well, first, were there even forms the first time around? Or was it just a regular Rotom and then they gave it forms and then they gave the forms types?
It's probably that latter one, but...
And I think they added one more form later on too, but...
Right, my strongest memory of Rotoms is from Legends Arceus.
I was going to say Arceus for sure, yeah.
Where they have all those forms for modern appliances.
Yes. Yeah, which is a very confusing situation.
That's all right. Time fuckiness is going on.
I was going to say, maybe they fell through time, yeah. Oh, boy. We learned during the previous gyms that Hugo is not amazing at handling electricity. Let's take a look at our defenses here and stuff, so... Decent, and pretty good. Oh, man. These two have the best stats comparative to their, base. Wexley is pretty... his defense is ironic. It's funny that he's got decent defenses, and yet his defenses are this good, because, the Bronzong's whole thing is just absurdly high defense. So the fact that around 200 is that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, imagine if he was the top percentage of Bronzongs.
Oh man, new series coming up, guys. I think I want to take him just because he does work as a tank. I can't use Steel because Electric will resist that, but Psychic is a pretty reliable one, and I've got some other moves going on there. The real question is, you know what? I think unfortunately, I think the answer is pretty clear here between the two of these. Nearly every contact move is physical, and a very large number of physical moves are contact.
Yep.
And I have to expect that a large percentage of this battle is going to feature Pokemon with static as an ability. It's a very obvious one, but it's a very reliable one to have. There are other alternatives, but as far as as far as what electric type has available to it for abilities, static seems like one to specifically try to avoid triggering if we can.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna rock Delmar. I hope that he doesn't have to enter the battle at all.
That's a good hope to hold. Because you definitely want him to come in and kill something, or to not be out there, because if he has to stick around, it's going to be a bad time.
Yes, he's a very fragile boy. He has to come out there knowing that he can land a huge hit and walk away.
Yep.
Okay. And Razor Claw, I don't think I'm going to try doing crit stuff here. I guess I could for no. All right. It's fine. So now let's look at TMs, because we got to get kind of creative here. This one's going to be tricky because, I'm going to scroll through looking for ground, because ground are obvious ones to try to focus up on a little bit.
One.
Earthquake. Montgomery and Wexley can both learn this. Ooh.
That's useful. That
is very useful. I'm going to come back to that. I want to scroll through real quick just to see if there's... That's the only ground-type TM that I currently have. Now it is physical. Yeah, there we go.
But it's not contact.
It's non-contact, yeah. That one is one that is from a distance. I'm checking Montgomery first because I'm pretty sure his physical attack is actually quite good. It's better than his special. Nice. He also doesn't have an amazing moveset right now. His moveset's actually a little bit weird and narrow.
Yeah, that's very, like, on type.
Yes. Wexley's got a pretty diverse one at this point. Oh, his physical attack's actually quite better. His physical attack's actually better than Montgomery's. So I changed out some stuff for the Ice Gym.
Okay.
Peter hasn't seen the Ice Gym one because it's literally still being edited as we record this. But my strat for the Ice Gym, because I was like, okay, what's the most obvious pain in the ass move they're going to have? First Pokemon comes out, snow warning, hailstones, damage to my team, maybe uses snow.
So you
snow,
counteracted
whatever.
it with Sunny Day?
So I went out, I used Stealth Rock first.
Yep.
So that there was trapping because it's also super effective against ice. So basically everybody was going to take a quarter of their health.
Yep.
And then Sunny Day to both counteract the hail and to charge up fire moves for extreme damage.
Yep.
Worked out great. First Pokemon they threw out was an Abomasnow that
with
used
snow warning.
Snow warning and
Yep.
used Aurora Veil on its first turn, which is better in hail. So I was like, yep, okay. So I called that shot. Not that it was a hard one to call. That seems like an extremely obvious move for like an ice type, setup. But so these two probably don't need to stick around. Stealth Rock is fun as we're going to be fighting a bug type Elite Four member and a fire type Elite Four member, so that will still probably be useful. I probably don't want Sunny Day against bug is still useful.
Yeah.
Not good against the fire one. I specifically would want anything other than that.
Let me buff you up specifically.
Yeah. So I'm kind of debating whether to get rid of Sunny Day in exchange for Earthquake here, or you know what? I would have to, because Bronzong's only attacking move singular. I fucked up his stuff just to kill the setup in the Ice Gym. Would be less effective against Electric. So I think there's a part of me that wants to get rid of Iron Defense because I'm already tanky, but this just makes certain, like for the bug and ground I wouldn't want to be out there for, but for the bug Elite Four member,
yeah,
it'd be very easy to just. I guess I'm weak to bug because of Psychic though. I think it'd be neutral. Either way though, bug is, I think is like kind of even-ish. I think it's a little bit more physical than special, but setting up the Iron Defense would make it easy to kind of like. But then I have no follow-up. Okay.
Yeah.
These two, the two that I replaced were ones that I had, the ones that I had TMs for, which were what? Oh, which ones were they? It might have been
Cannon.
I think it's possible Flash Cannon was one of them. Was it just Psychic for the other one? Because I thought that it was a Psychic type move, and that's really the only Psychic type move that's in there. And like, to be fair, Psychic is a good one to put back on him anyway.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's put Psychic on. I think we'll leave this and we'll put Earthquake on Montgomery.
Montgomery, yeah.
Yeah, because I think he needs it a little bit more. Okay. Oh, God. It's so funny. So we're already like so far into this one too. For some reason, the setup is always like a 15-20 minute process for these because I feel like I have to like just reset everything to make this shit make sense for each of these. Just because the teams are so beefy that we're going up against.
It's a strategy. I've never done quite so much like per fight adjustment on my teams. I sort of settle in on like the moves that I like a Pokemon to have, and then like I'm good. That's a trap waiting to kill you.
That's
if
the
you
thing.
use Ingrain in a
That's the thing. It would be so useful if I knew for certain. If I'm going up against a water gym, almost nothing they could even hypothetically pull out is going to be a problem. Ingrain, stay in it. Automatic leftovers, I could put leftovers on them to double the effect. It'd be great.
Yep.
But like anywhere else, some wacky shit could come out, and that would just be the end of Montgomery. So Let's do this. So the real thing then is, I feel like it might behoove me to take a peek at some rock-type moves. Or potentially ice-type moves, actually, as well.
To deal with coverage?
To deal with coverage, because I feel like flying is a really easy coverage against ground. But I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of levitate or balloon stuff, too, just to specifically fuck with ground type. Because it's the most obvious hole in the entire thing. How fast is Montgomery? Because if he's already slow, Avalanche is reduced priority. He's okay for speed. He's a little on the slow side.
Yep.
I don't know that I'd want to rely on getting hit. I mean, it seems likely is the thing.
You also will have to remember that if you bring out Montgomery, you're going to start doing field-wide chip damage.
It's true. Yeah, that's going to be another thing, is I have to stay out there long enough for that to dissipate.
Is it 5 turns?
5 turns, I believe, yeah.
Unless you put on the item that extends it.
Yeah, which I probably wouldn't want to do just because I don't have anyone else on my team who is immune to that.
Right.
Rock Polish is for speed. Rock Slide, 75-90. I'm pretty sure I've got better options.
George Dude already has some rock moves, right?
Yeah.
Stone Edge,
which is less accurate, but a good deal more powerful. And I usually give George Dude the Earth Plate was because during a previous one, during the Steel one, I was like, I'm not going to be using rock at all. I usually give him the zoom lens or wide lens, one of the two.
The one that improves the accuracy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine.
So zoom lens increases accuracy if you go second. So it's probably the wide lens that you were using.
Right, yeah. The other thing that would be potentially worthwhile from the standpoint of coverage would be to have a counterpart for even just a little bit for water and grass. Because any of that weirdness kind of coming out as a specific thing against ground could be an issue. We do have 2 grass Pokemon, so like I've got decent stuff to deal with water Pokemon. Grass Pokemon is a little trickier. I think a few of my dudes have an odd fire move. Ice would also work. Wait, what is... Does he have Blizzard instead of Ice Beam? He does. I mean, Ice Beam just makes more sense than Blizzard.
Twice as many PP and hits almost as hard, but always hits.
Yeah, expected power here is 77. Expected power here is 90. So, like, there's really not a reason. Oh, actually, you know what? No, hang on. Blizzard may be more accurate in a hailstorm. I know that during sunny day, the accuracy drops, but I think during a hailstorm, Blizzard actually does pick up the accuracy. And if that's the case, it's unless it gets reset, then the hailstorm will automatically happen if he comes out, and Blizzard will just be a big, beefy ice move. Because if that's the case, then we can just leave Blizzard alone. There's not a reason to take that back out. Is there anything else? Grass Knot. I don't think that's going to come up, really. Oh, man. Do I have a thing for Magnus? I guess Magnezone I could use. Well, it'll be funny. If a Magnezone has an air balloon for just to be a dick,
yep,
then that'll mess with some stuff. Seems like maybe a waste because they nearly always have Magnet Rise. Let's see.
In Generation 4 onwards allows Blizzard to bypass the accuracy check.
Oh, so it's full on will hit in Hail. Fantastic. Okay. And that's, I mean, it's a strong ass move with stab against Pokemon that at least some of those will likely have weaknesses to it. Not all of them, but oh man. I feel anxious about this one. It's just electric by virtue of only having the one weakness just makes me feel unprepared.
Yep.
Held items. George Dude, let's give you back your lens. Yeah, so wide lens is what we want. I mean, he's probably slow. Actually, he's turned out to be a little on the quick side. So I'd rather just give him a little bit of accuracy as opposed to like, all right, let's assume you're slower and give you a giant chunk of it.
Yeah.
Montgomery, do I want to give him grass? Metronome, I don't think anybody's got a move that's like reliable enough for this. Like I could arguably be like, oh, Earthquake, and just get, but it's gonna miss a bunch. There's gonna be shit that makes that not work.
Yep. I mean, Montgomery Blizzard is 5 guaranteed hits in a row.
Yeah. Pretty big beefy ones. I think I want to put somebody else out first. That way I at least know what Pokemon I'd swap into.
Yep.
But after that, I'd be a little more comfortable with like throwing him out for like the second Pokemon, just going apeshit on Blizzards.
Yep.
The problem is, the second I see like a Magnezone, that's not really an option anymore. Steel is decidedly good against Ice. So that really messes some of that up. Actually, I don't think I have like an ice plate or anything like that. Oh, I guess there's never melt ice, which honestly is actually going to be a better call than the metal plate here because we're going to be relying on that more. I could arguably give an earth plate too. I do have 2 magnets. I think one of these was on a Pokemon that John.
You got John's
over.
magnet.
I believe he had a magnet on one of his. He might have had the magnet on Apep. I can't remember. Rip Apep. Rip Apep. The real question is, do I put the Earth Plate on Montgomery just to beef up Earthquake if that comes around, versus
powering up his already stabbed moves?
Yeah, it might be smarter to just make his strong move even stronger.
Yeah,
I think it's probably the way to go there. Delmar has nothing, so let's give him. I believe the Twisted Spoon and the Mind Plate and all that are basically exactly the same.
It makes more sense to give him the Twisted Spoon.
It
though.
does.
He's already holding spoons.
Yeah, the
that
Iron
should
Ball,
be the thing that unlocks the Mega Evolution for
yeah,
him.
it really should. That'd be great. I'm kind of debating. I think I'm going to put the Dread Plate on Lucky just to make Crunch better, because the electric moves are going to suck.
Right.
I don't really want Lucky to be out there much anyway, because his one non-electric move is a contact move.
Yep.
But
that's okay.
Yeah.
What is the effect on Static? Cause paralysis?
Causes paralysis.
Is he gonna be able to be paralyzed?
He can't be paralyzed. That's a good point, actually, because electric Pokemon cannot be paralyzed.
Yeah, so don't worry about biting them with him.
So Lucky can just go nuts on that. That's true. That's a good point. I keep forgetting some of the more subtle type bonuses. A big one that gets buried a lot is Ghost Pokemon cannot be trapped in battle. You cannot, like, whether it's through Fire Spin or whatever, anything that's supposed to like keep you in place doesn't work. Yeah. Yep, you can always switch out, you can always escape.
Wrap.
Yep, though Wrap wouldn't work because it's normal type, but that's why I was gonna say like Wrap or Bind. I'm like, wait, no, those don't work. Hang on.
Both of those already don't work.
Yep. Fuck.
Sand Tomb or whatever.
I think. Oh yeah, I think that one would be one. Yeah, I think George Dude might be the one I start with, just because. So here's the thing. My thought would be, all right, George Dude goes out because unless, with a big asterisk, unless it is something that is immune to ground for some reason,
yep,
then I can start laying into them right away.
Right.
The unless or the asterisk is because why would Volkner not start with something that has an immunity to ground right away, specifically to throw off the rhythm immediately?
Yeah.
But,
so, I mean, he's the electric gym, so it also makes perfect sense for him to open with some electric Pokemon.
It's true.
Just to be like, reminder, I'm the electric gym.
Yeah.
Even if it's an electric Pokemon with coverage.
My assumption is less coverage and more like just thrown out in a Molga or something just right away that makes it like, yup, can't do it. Which, granted, at least in a Molga, I could use rock moves. That would be fine. My worry is more air balloon than anything.
Yeah.
Because that's going to slow shit down a lot. It does mean that the only effect that it has is that ground types are not going to be a viable option, but...
Your team is 5 boys and an object.
Yes, and a Belle. The Belle of them all. The Belle of the Pokeball. The Belle of the Iron Ball.
The number of Pokemon that have gender. But not this guy.
Yep. No gender. Is a non-binary king. Non-binary Belle.
The Belle of the Ball?
The Belle of the Ball. Oh, man. I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
Let me check my bag. Do I need to buy any more potions? Because I've been burning through a lot of them.
You have
Full restore is going to be important here.
15 full restores is probably a safe number.
Yeah. The hyper potions and max potions are a little worrying. Moo Milk is good for moderate damage.
Yep.
If I'm getting really slammed, I have 23 ways to fill up.
Yep.
Which is good. I don't have a ton of money, but I can't be burning everything here.
Right.
Ooh, boy. Okay. Okay.
Go for it.
I'm going to do this again just for neuroticism's sake.
It's part of the ritual.
It is. Just like saving before actually speaking, even though there is no impact from any of that. The power could go out right now, and the Switch wouldn't give a shit. It would just go, oh, you've undocked me. Okay. And it would just sit there waiting for me to do something.
Right.
I think it's actually down below, isn't it?
The location for the gym?
Yeah, I can't remember where the actual gym is.
It's not up here. It's right there.
Oh, there it is.
Up top.
I am going to poke my head in here real quick just because... Let's just see what they have on tap.
The best of drafts, including Hyper Potion and Max Potion.
I can buy a handful more of these. The Hyper Potions are almost not even better than Moo Moo Milks at all. They used to be 200, which was a great difference, because that would be like, okay, Moo Moo Milk is really good and better for cost effectiveness, but if you need a lot, Hyper Potion was good. Not so much. I'm going to buy some more of these, because really, potions are almost all that I'm going to need to buy for the rest of the run.
You can get a maximum of 7.
Let's buy 5. Give ourselves a tiny bit of flexibility here.
Yep.
Oh, I'm expecting to get paralyzed a lot.
Or a tiny bit of regret with money in your pocket.
Oh, yeah. Or a lot of regret with money in my pocket.
Right.
Oh, God. Holy shit, we've spent like half an hour just getting the team set up for a gym for a type that has one weakness.
Well, and that's the reason why.
Yeah.
It's gym time.
It is. It's the last one. I'd have no more gym refights after this. Oh, God. Oh, and I get to do the puzzle again. Sweet.
Just going straight into the Elite Four after...
Oh, whoops. I fucked this up already.
Yep, you did. And one more time. And exit out to the bottom.
Here. Over here. Doobie-doobie-doop. Man. Yeah. Okay. Then up over here.
Hooray.
Okay. I think we got one more room, yeah.
Yep, this one has the buttons that do a 180.
Yes. I remember being afraid of that thing before. Like, what's it going to do my Pokemon? And it does nothing at all. I was like, oh. Okay, well.
It's there to scare you.
Yep. Okay. These. Oh no, all my Pokemon are dead.
Suddenly it does something.
Yeah. Then we go back.
So much.
Yeah, this does stuff, and now we go back up here again. 4. Oh man, I'm so nervous about this. Part of it's because I've got both Delmar and George Dude out here.
Yep.
Which just makes me
your
so
boys
worried.
that you don't want to lose. Yeah.
Oh man. Ugh. I mean, it's the furthest I've ever gotten in a Nuzlocke thing to this degree. Like, I did the post game for FireRed, but FireRed doesn't really have much of a post game. This game has just a stupid amount of stuff to go and redo.
There's a whole bunch of post game,
including the highest level trained Pokemon in the series.
Yep.
Waiting at the very end of it all. So like
after you do the elite,
this little shit.
And champion 2 more times.
Oh, I see what we're doing here.
Opened with Drizzle.
Yeah, to make Thunder 100% accurate, or rather bypass accuracy. Okay. I'm kind of debating whether I go for the... You
could switch the weather on him.
I could. I was kind of debating switching to Abomasnow just to get that out there, because I think that Hail... I don't think Hail has an effect on Thunder. I don't think it cares about that.
Thunder Snow is very rare, so if they integrated that, that would be...
Yeah.
Strange. I mean, it happens. Those are weather that can coincide.
Yeah. Well, the real thought is here, do I just go for the Stone Edge right now and just try to knock him out, because it'll be super effective. Water, I don't think resists rock. I don't think it does. It shouldn't have anything that can damage me twice. And then I can switch to Abomasnow to start the next one.
Yep.
Because I have noticed that a lot of the gym leaders, at least half of them, have weather setups for their stuff. Quick and dirty, just gets you a little bonus going.
Yeah, I think Stone Edge is a smart call here.
I think it's a better call than trying to threat. Like, granted, nothing that's going to do a lot of damage to George Dude is anything that Montgomery's going to care about at all.
Right.
Water and grass are going to completely bounce off of him. So like, it's less about being worried about that and more like, because granted, this Pelipper probably knows Thunder, just because the setup on here makes it kind of obvious that it should have a follow up.
Yep.
So by avoiding that, the problem is if it has water moves, which it should, because it's Pelipper, it's going to absolutely bring George down to 1 hit point.
Correct.
Which is going to mean I'm going to have to burn a turn later to heal him to make him usable anywhere else.
Right. If you need to bring him back out at all, then you need to burn a turn with somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might be faster. I don't think I am. I don't think Pelipper's crazy fast, and George Dude is seemingly rather quick for a Golem, but yeah, I think Stone Edge is the way to go. Water, I'm not as worried about there being oh, you've been hit 5 times or something. Please be faster. Hydro Pump. That was pretty expectable. That's going to take me down to 1.
Yep.
They're sturdy. I don't know what it's holding, which makes me a little anxious, but...
Doesn't matter.
Okay. So yeah, we are 100% going to have to...
Well, I suppose it would matter if it was something like Sticky Barb.
That would be pretty bad. Raichu. Yep. Okay. So it'd be great to keep George Dude out there, but the weather... but I would have to heal. Because I'm like, man, the weather is going to make it his electric shit doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, you can max potion, and he would be like he's a fresh, shiny new George Dude.
It's really a question between, because I resist electricity here.
Yep.
And there'd be ice coming out. But then I really am committing to, I do need to stick with Montgomery for 5 turns.
Yep.
Oh, that's a tough one, actually. Because I'm going to heal and then I'm going to have to take a hit right away.
Yep.
I'm going to heal and take a hit as a follow-up. Granted, we know that barring some really extreme shit, George Dude should not be capable of going down in one round here.
Right.
That's a tough call. Because really, the point of the snow warning is to interrupt the rain. The rain. And I got rid of Sunny Day, so that's gone too. Actually, you know what? There's Pokemon that move faster in the rain too. Granted, they probably aren't electric, but also Volkner has made it clear that he doesn't really care about just using electric Pokemon.
Right.
So there may be others that have what is it, like Slipstream or something? So there may be other reasons that we care about swapping here. So the other problem is, if I create Hail, and if anybody has Roar, and anybody brings out George Dude, he dies immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. That was also a big problem during Byron's gym, was his Bastiodon had Roar.
I think Montgomery is the wise choice here. But,
yeah, let's interrupt the rain. Oh, it's such a tough call.
I mean, the thing that you can expect is that
it's going to have Thunder.
But the whole team probably has Thunder.
Yeah. But by doing this, it makes it no longer a guaranteed hit, which is nice. Granted, George Dude never had to worry about that in the first place.
Sure.
I guess someone might have Mold Breaker. That'd be a problem. Because I think Mold Breaker... I can never remember if Mold Breaker fucks up... Or Foresight, maybe? No, Foresight's for Normal and Ghost. I'm trying to remember if Mold Breaker messes with immunities or if that's something else. There's one that that basically makes immunities not matter anymore. It's very tempting to heal George Dude right away.
Go to town.
Yeah, let's try. The question is Earthquake or Blizzard, really, but...
Well, I mean... Blizzard is 100% effective, and Stab, Earthquake is super effective and also 100% accurate.
Yeah, so this would be... Yeah, this would do functionally 200 power. This would, with my better stat, I think, by a little bit. This would be 160 whatever with the less good stat. So, like, I guess this is the better move for right now. I guess it's going to depend on types that come out here.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Focus Blast.
Oh, buddy!
Survived it.
Okay. Well, that wasn't awesome. Okay.
Yeah. This Raichu knows Surf.
Ugh. That doesn't surprise me. I was honestly kind of worried about that specifically at one point, because I was like, what electric Pokemon would have, like, water moves? And I thought about the Surfing Pikachu, and I'm like, ooh, I hope not. But that has just kind of become part of the Pikachu, like, set these days. Oh, boy. Luxray. Interesting. Okay, this dude's going to have some weird shit, too. I think I'm going to have to just hang and heal.
Why is he sending out Luxray? Well, I guess he no longer... Well... Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to hang and heal. The ice is too dangerous for other folks to be up against right now, I think.
Yeah.
Luxray may have some weird shit. If it's got, like, Flamethrower, then I'm going to be in actual deep shit, but... I don't have amazing options with the Blizzard, with the Hail in play right now. It's been out for one turn.
Yep.
So I should keep track of that. Let's hang for now. We'll heal. I'm kind of expecting Flamethrower is going to turn up somewhere in all of this, which isn't great, but... Alright, so Intimidate brings my attack down. Brings me to 2/3 attack, I think. So at this point, Blizzard is probably the better call, but I am going to heal first. Because I am almost 100% certain that I'm slower.
And you need about 200, so it's got to be a max potion.
Please no Flamethrower. Or Fire Fang. Ugh, that'd be bad too. That's probably what it has, honestly. Play Rough. Okay. Odd choice.
Oh, interesting. That's all that's going to get out of a Play Rough?
Okay, well, I think now I can probably try a Blizzard then. Actually, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to heal George Dude. I'm going to take
an
advantage
extra turn
of the
right
opportunity
now while you're in a situation where he doesn't seem to have a good move.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would rather
he
make
just
sure
gonna
George Dude
play
is
rough
viable.
again?
So that's
Yep.
3. Okay.
Interesting.
So we're going to heal again because
Yep.
I'm a little in dangerous territory here.
Yeah, and delaying is just giving more turns for
The hail to
Luxray
vanish.
to take a little
And that too, yeah.
tick from the weather.
Hyper Potion is probably close enough. Montgomery doesn't have any like full health things that are going to be useful here.
Right, so 231.
230, yeah, I think that's fine. I would rather do that than a Moo Milk just because that's a little bit further down for it, but...
Yeah. Yeah, but you're
So
still
this is
way
turn
out
4.
of like crit danger range on
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, there's that.
Okay, it did proc the attack
fell
down.
All right, so I'm gonna stick with Blizzard then. We should have one more turn with it, so let's use that now. It's faster, not surprising. Okay. Oh. Slightly irritating.
The hail stopped.
Okay, that's all right though. So let's max potion up.
Yep.
I'm a little worried that it's going to have... I mean, if it had a weather thing, then it would have used it before, but...
He's going to full restore. Okay.
And unfortunately, Earthquake isn't really a viable option because my attack is all jacked up.
I mean, how much did it get reduced twice, or...
I got Intimidated, and it got reduced again, so I'm
Yep.
down to half. And it's an off-type move for this. Ice Punch is at least, like, with I mean, the stab is not as useful as super effective here. It basically just makes it a 100 power move. This one is 165 power. Low accuracy.
Yep.
Excuse me, but and then this one would be like a little over 100. But that's also reduced because of the other thing. I think Blizzard, ironically, is the call for right now. I could, if I want to get sneaky with it. I do have some X accuracies. I don't have a ton of money to replace these with, and I will want some more soon, but...
I don't know, it's getting a little item intensive.
It is, yeah.
To invest into beefing up Montgomery here.
He's probably not going to be out here terribly much longer now that the weather is not a thing. And I want him to live. One, I want him to live. Two, if I need to change the weather again, then he's a very easy way to do that.
Right.
I think we're just going to keep blizzarding and hoping for the best, to be honest. Especially if Play Rough is the best thing Luxray has to throw at us. There it is. Fuck. That's really what I was worried about. That juices up all the electric moves.
Why did he wait until the weather was clear?
I'm a little confused about that, yeah. I don't really know why he waited. Because I think you can do terrain during weather just fine. Or does hail interrupt that somehow?
Well,
still doing Play Rough. I guess because that's not resisted, but electric would be.
yeah, it's prioritizing the ability to hit over contextual increases.
Yeah. Okay. Rather Play Rough.
Good. That means he didn't full restore. So as long as you don't miss.
All right.
There we go.
Right.
That's
cool.
all for Luxray.
Now I'm trying to remember. Terrain doesn't go away after a number of turns, does it? I think that sticks around. This was exactly what I was worried about too, in terms of and Lantern. Here we go. We have our water and electric. That's annoying.
Terrain fades after 5 turns.
Oh, it does go. All right. Water electric.
Or starting in Gen 6 at least.
I mean, this is Gen. This is technically Gen 8.
Okay.
Lantern.
Then yeah, it gets cleared.
I could do Pete Rose because he'll resist both water and granted, I resist water and electric with Montgomery, but I'm running out of real options here, and his stats are getting messed with. Pete Rose has Giga Drain, which will be super effective, and I resist both water and electric as grass. So I think this might be the way to go here. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Electric terrain doesn't paralyze anybody coming out, does it? That's not a thing?
Prevents sleep, but it doesn't cause paralysis.
Okay. Let's do it. Good job, Montgomery. You did what you were supposed to do. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, well executed.
Yeah, I think we've bounced through 2 turns of electric terrain, something like that. The hope is we can fly through. Why are the level variance across all these gyms has been so strange. A level 66 Lantern seems low here.
Yeah, wonder why. Wonder why.
Oh, almost. All right, what's it gonna do here? I'm expecting like an earthquake. Oh, fuck! Well, that's bad. Oh, that wasn't actually all that bad at all.
Beefy boy, Pete Rose!
Yeah, and I'm faster unless we're speed tied, which, boy, would that be a disappointment.
That would be a huge disappointment.
But I can't rely on that. I'm 15 levels above.
Yeah. Just drain him.
There we go. My worry was like a priority move or something, but yeah, no, that's the call. So I think that's like 4-ish turns on the electric terrain, so that should be going away pretty soon. Oh, a crit right at the end? Okay.
It's not going to matter too much. He didn't have enough health.
Yeah, not great.
For that to be useful as a crit.
All right. I'm still expecting like a Magnezone or an Electivire in the mix here. Okay, there's the terrain gone. Nice. That was a weird-ass way to do that. A Jolteon? Okay, Jolteon's tricky. Jolteon... One of Jolteon's sneakier things, I don't know why Jolteon specifically does this, but Jolteon has access to some bug moves. I don't know why. Pin Missile was one of its like classic moves way back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm neutral to bug. Montgomery would actually be, I think, in more trouble than Pete Rose.
He's already had a guy out with an unutilized bug move because... Oh, I'm in the wrong gen here. Where's the... It was... Do rematch. Yeah, the Pelipper had U-turn.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I half expected him to U-turn out of there
to somebody with thunder or whatever,
because of the drizzle setup.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So Jolteon is pure electric, so we will want somebody. So one of these two would be the ideal for this. I mean, I think Georgiou is the way to go. I don't think it's going to have any. It's unlikely to have any water or grass moves, which are the real worries. Could have some fighting moves. I'm trying to think if there's a fighting move like how many multi-hit fighting moves that it has. I might have like double kick or something. Though granted, Montgomery would also be vulnerable to that. And excuse me, sturdy wouldn't matter at all. If it throw like I know there's double kick, but there's other ones that would be more dangerous. I think the hail would be too dangerous at this point. Just because I'm not expecting to be able to just Montgomery through all of this here, especially with only one Blizzard left.
Yep.
Granted, my physical stats will be back again.
Right, that definitely helps.
There's not really a reason. Like, Georgiou is at full health.
Yeah.
So barring something extremely bad, he shouldn't be in any danger here. Yeah, let's try this. Oh, man.
Another fun thing that you managed to avoid, setting up hail meant that somebody's focus sash didn't come into play.
Ooh, nice.
Because you chip damaged it.
Nice. Yeah, there's been a lot of focus sash across the board on all this stuff, which is very annoying. Reflect. Oh, that's an interesting choice. I mean, like, cool.
But also goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, it'll make the last one harder to deal with. But
yes.
Are they really not going to have any? Is he really not going to have a single Pokemon? I guess Pelipper is immune to ground by virtue of being flying, but is he really not going to have anybody with Levitate?
So he 100%
Electivire
played these guys out in order, just 1 through 6 on his team.
Oh, that's funny.
There was no type advantage where it made him change the order of play. So yeah, Electivire.
Okay. He's going to have some intense fighting moves, if I recall correctly. So
I mean, he definitely looks like a...
Yes, Reflect is going to make him last longer. I'm almost certainly not going to get him in one go here. I'd almost be tempted to double team just to fuck with him. Because Because I really only
Evasion?
have, jack my evasion up, make it harder for him to hit.
Just heal loop until you get a miss.
Kinda, just because I don't feel confident that Earthquake, even with stab and super effective, is going to knock him out because of the reflect.
Yeah.
Even without it, there was a chance he wasn't. And he's 75. He's a good deal higher level than the rest
I think
of the
this
team.
is the beefiest one on the team.
Yeah. And he may have some like wacky, like expert belt shit going on or something. But also, George Dude has maxed out friendship. So I looked this up between the last one and this one. At maxed out friendship, there is a 10 all opponent moves have accuracy reduced by 10%.
Oh wow.
Which is great for stuff like high jump kick, which already has shit accuracy anyway.
Yes.
But it means that anything that is not so guaranteed hit moves will still always hit.
Right.
But anything that has 100% accuracy is now down to 90%. So you know what? Let's see what Earthquake does. Let's just see what we got here. Wait a minute.
What's up?
My other worry is counter.
Counter?
Counter or a counter style maneuver. I've already encountered it once with Metal Burst during the Steel Gym, where it almost knocked out one of my dudes because I did, decent damage to Bastiodon and it Metal Bursted, which does 150% of the damage dealt back to the opposing Pokemon. So if I don't kill this asshole, then there's a very high chance that he's just going to, I guess,
he
granted,
needs to hit you with 2 hits.
That's true. Yeah, I keep forgetting the sturdy will still hold up against that.
Yeah, you have an infinite focus sash, so...
An Earthquake doesn't make contact, so we're not going to have a risk of a rocky helmet, and now you're dead.
Right.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. He's going to have a berry for it. Cross chop. I kind of expected that. Didn't actually take me all the way down. That's impressive. Oh, a life orb. You piece of shit. Always with the fucking life orbs.
He's already boosting his strength.
Oh, you fucker. The good news is all I have to do now is heal. If he doesn't full restore, he's going to kill himself this turn.
Yep.
Because I think the life orb will knock you out. Actually, it might not. I don't remember.
Well, we could potentially find out right now, although I fully expect a full restore to come out.
Yeah. Which, granted, just resets everything, which is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Earthquake.
About the same damage. Life orb.
And Life Orb takes him out.
Yeah. Eat shit. I'm the only one who can use Earthquake out here, bitch.
You don't know how to really Earthquake.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there you did it.
There we go. All 8 gyms refought. Only, I think, 2 deaths across all 8 gyms. Gym 1 and Gym 7, I think, were my... Oh, no, sorry. I think 3. Because I think Perry was also a gym death, too. So Gym 1, Gym 2, Gym 7 were the only ones I lost. And I lost 1 Pokemon apiece. It's very refreshing to get through all this stressful shit here compared with Insurgents, where it's like, oh, I've lost a dozen Pokemon in 2 fights. Sweet.
Random field NPC.
Oh, my God.
Dragon Tamer.
1 Spark Sticker C.
Whiteout Generator.
Oh, God. Let's get the fuck out of here. If I can remember how. I think... Oh, no, because I'm right back to the entrance. I can just walk out. Oh, man. It is such a relief to be done with those. I know we still have the Elite Four
twice.
But it is definitely a relief to just be like, we're done with 8 of our... I mean, technically there's 10 more rematches to do, but I kind of think of the Elite Four as one big rematch.
Yeah, Elite Four champion is just a gauntlet of 26
Those are going to be
Pokemon.
brutal. I expect there's going to be blood.
Or do they have a full 6
I believe
in the
they have
rematches? So
I
is
think
it
so, yeah.
30 Pokemon to face?
I believe it's 30 Pokemon for the rematches, yeah, because it was 26 the first time around.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I can actually erase, finally, one of the lines. I've got a list of things left to do, and the gym leaders was one of them, and it's been sitting there for months.
Yeah.
Like, literally 7 months now, it has been sitting there as the next thing to do. The grinding period paid off. in spades.
Yeah.
I'm very glad with the result of that. I wish Roscoe could have gotten more levels because I think Fighting and Steel would have been a useful combination. But yeah, we did extremely well with that. Was there anybody who didn't come out other than Roscoe? I think everybody else got some playtime there. Winnie was not in any of the real battles, I don't think, but she was present.
Yeah.
And I think everybody else actually showed up at some point or another. Delmar, I don't think was in any of the fights either, but also there. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 Pokemon.
When you have
8-Pap.
Delmar, you're always like, well, in the situation where it's right to bring Delmar out, it's very right to bring Delmar out.
Yes.
And in most of the other situations, stay on the bench, buddy.
Yeah. If we're up against a Machamp, then it's like, oh yeah, Delmar, clearly, like, duh. But if it's like, oh, we're fighting a grass and water, we're fighting a Ludicolo, it's like, Delmar can hang out at home. He doesn't have to come out today. Well, fuck yeah. So that's all of the gyms. Oh my god, it's like I'm stressed thinking about the fact that we're done with it just because it's been the next thing for so long.
Yeah.
So like, just to walk through, we have a handful of other things to do. The real first decision is, do we go directly to the Elite Four or do we tackle something else from the list? The list so far is ignoring the 2 rematches. We have I'm planning on hitting up the battle towers for a little bit. That might be a thing I do myself, and those might actually be during the week episodes because those will be like longish, but not an hour long.
Right.
So yeah, single battle tower, double battle tower. I'm basically planning on doing the regular ones until I lose, which is 7 rounds if I do it, and then I'll probably do a single episode of the master towers of each of those until I lose those also. There's 1, 2, 3 Pokemon we can go and catch right now that are special, like end game, post game Pokemon.
Hooray!
And then there's 2 more catches for us to make, one of which I can't do until I do a lot more grinding underground for the plates.
Right.
Do the puzzle grinding, which is much more boring. That will not be a video because that will be hideously fucking boring. The other one, at least, I was able to verbally strategize stuff. I'm getting to 0 levels, finding the special plates.
Right.
So that's really the question is, like, do we try the Elite Four? I know that the Elite Four this time tops out in the upper 70s. Which is a little scary because that Garchomp is already pretty beastly to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need to tank that battle with something. If it's a matter of just sending out George Dude with just a million X defenses and things, then so be it. But or Montgomery. Montgomery is also a possibility. The Ice type helps a lot. I think those 2 are probably the likeliest ones to be my on-point dude for Garchomp. Ice would be ideal. Like Ice, Montgomery would be fantastic. Montgomery with Never Melt Ice and Hail, Blizzard, 110 power, double super effective. Like arguably should kill it in 1 hit. So long as I have a means of keeping Montgomery alive when he's out there.
Right.
So like, maybe I get sneaky. I put a focus sash on so that I enter into Hail and then immediately launch the thing knowing that barring, again, some extreme circumstances.
Some multi-hit thing.
Yeah, Montgomery should automatically survive that and deal just an insane amount of damage on that. Like 110 plus stab times 4. We're talking a 660 power move functionally, which really should probably, if not kill Garchomp, basically get us there.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have an opinion? I don't know if you have thoughts on like
On what to do next?
Yeah, do we dive in on that? Do we catch some special Pokemon or like what?
I would say special Pokemon is probably the next thing to do.
Give us a little breather.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Before thinking about the level 78 Garchomp.
Yeah, because like there's a because when we talked about
And definitely before thinking about the level 88 version of
yeah,
Garchomp.
yeah. That one there's gonna be grinding for sure. I don't know if that's gonna be a video. That might be an off-screen thing, just because of that. Like we've done the thing.
Yep.
But like when we talked about Garchomp before, after clearing the Elite Four the first time, at which point I'd already won the padlock, so I knew that we were doing post game.
Yep.
Anyway, the idea was going up against the final one, I wanted my team essentially in the 90s, just for some security there.
Yep.
And for the first, I guess, rematch, because the Garchomp was level 78, I wanted my team to be at least in the 80s, which, to be fair, they mostly are. Most of my dudes are 80-something. Chillhelm isn't. These two are not going to be present for that unless I specifically go and do shit with them. I'm in fact going to do this so they're pressed up against the wall a little bit. I'll move these guys over here. But yeah, all of my dudes minus Chillhelm are 76 or better. Most of them are 81. It's actually funny how much they're all lined up because I've been swapping them in and out so much.
Yep.
And like they will gain at least a good level or two during the Elite Four run, but I just don't know how good I feel about going in right this second. So maybe getting the special Pokemon, which honestly is probably going to be like an episode or two, like not a very intense thing, but it might be nice to get just a mental breather. Because then after that we're going to Stark Mountain, that thing that we were trying to do like 50 episodes ago of postgame.
Yep.
Let's go up Stark Mountain. Wait, you can't go up there until you arbitrarily go look at a picture of a Pokemon. Then we'll let you in.
Right.
It was fucking silly as hell. But yeah, no, we got through the gym refights, and yeah, now the question is, I guess we can go and do that. Yeah. It's so funny because I'm just kind of looking. The list now feels infinitely shorter than it did before. The Elite Four is going to be a big pain in the ass, but it is one event of a pain in the ass.
Yes.
Well, times two. But okay, why don't we come back next time? We'll go catch some stuff, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.